Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Ink and Whimsy. I'm Laura Daniels, and I'm so glad you've decided to spend a little bit of your day with me. Today's 12 by 12 scrapbook spread is all about a serendipitous moment. A while ago, Jerry and I were driving around exploring places, and we saw this, I guess it's like a park because it's called Old Car City, USA, and you can literally go in, take pictures of all these antique cars all over the property, and yet they are overgrown with trees and limbs and flowers and all that stuff. And I thought, oh my gosh, Jerry, that would just be so cool. We need to do that. Well, I looked it up online, and it's $30 per person to get in and walk around old cars overgrown with trees and flowers and vines. I thought, oh my gosh, we can't spend $60 for the two of us to go do that. So I'm driving down the road to go pick up some of Paul's pot pies. Here's half of my story. And out of the corner of my eye, I see these old cars by the side of the road. Girlfriend, I thought, oh my gosh, this is my very own serendipitous moment. I get to take these photos and scrapbook them. So I went and I picked up the pot pies. And on the way back, I pulled over. And I think it was the, someone will have a real long driveway. This was at the very top of the driveway. Cars were whizzing by, and I got out with my phone, and I just started taking pictures. And I had so much fun. So here are the photos. Let me show them again. I was so excited. This is my journaling, and I labeled it the rusty old stories they would tell. And here are just a few of the photos. I took them with my camera. It was an incredibly blue sky, and I just loved how the sun shone on the rust of this old car. And of course, they had the wagon wheels. So I was so excited. I thought I didn't even have to spend $30 for it. And then I pulled out, because this is with the Melodies and Memories, the Limitless kit and the Essentials kit. And I pulled out these specific pieces of ephemera that I'm going to use on the first page that I'm going to do live for all of you, and then towards the end I'm going to pause it. I'm going to put the second page that's already completed right next to this one, and we have a big fun reveal. So that's pretty fun. This string just came off the packaging. You can see I already have it looking messy with the little glue dot there so we can stick it down. And I will show you where all of these came from in the kit. But these are the different pieces we're going to be using. Make each day matter. These are with the alpha foam stickers. No, that's not what they're called. But this is the first part of my title. And the second half of the title's on the other page. I think you're going to love it. And then I have these different pieces of cardstock. These right here come from the 6x6 paper pack that you get in the Essentials kit. And you can see here, there is a lot to be able to work with. And I've pulled out several pieces. This one right here at the very end is just all film strips. So I literally cut them out to be able to use on this. So I was real excited. All right, so let's move these aside, get started putting it together. I'm real excited. The first thing I'm going to show you, Meredy did this in one of her videos, and I thought, ooh, I can do that. And you know how it is, just like if you go for an appointment, the doc or the specialist talking to you, and you're going, oh, I got it, it's all in your head. You're going, I got it. And then you get home, and you go, what did he say? How was I supposed to do that? So here I am. I'm going to do this like Meredy did so easily in her videos, right? So this is a white 12 by 12 piece of cardstock. And I thought, with the kit, you only get one 12 by 12, but it has a flip side. There's an A and a B side, but I don't have two. And I wanted to do a border. So Meredy said, just cut 1/4 inch and then glue it down, but leave the ends free. And if you look real close, that has a mitered edge, right? So, being the good friend that I am, I thought I would show you how you give it the mitered edge, and it's literally going to blow your mind, okay? So I've already glued these down and mitered these. So I'm going to show you, see this end right here? You don't glue down the very ends. So when you first lay it down, you're gluing all along till you get to the ends, and you just have both ends coming to the end, right? Both tips come to the end. Well, then you're gonna, this will be funny. You're gonna go right here where the corner is, straight up to the middle, the center of where they meet, cut it. Oh my gosh. It's like when Melody did this, I was like, oh my gosh. It was a whole new world. So there we go. So if you don't have two pieces of the same cardstock to be able to, you know, gut out the center so you can have this already pre-cut, you can make your own. I know I just made y'all happy. All right, let's see. Let's get this. Now this is one thing that I can't say I've gotten real good at, because then you get glue all over your hands. But you stick it down and you wipe the glue on your pants. There you go. All right, so let's stick this down. I wanted to make sure I showed you that. And actually, the blue dot's right there. Yep. I gotta get some more of those. I love this mat because it keeps me centered for all of you. All right, so the first thing, now remember, this is all about old trucks and cars, right? This piece of cardstock was just perfect. It made me very happy. I thought, this is going to make it all happen. It is going to bring my serendipitous moment together. So here we go. And we're going to stick this up here in this corner. Because once I had all this done and I had all the white, I thought I want to bring in some more of the gray tones. This was just perfect. This, I tore this edge. So whenever you tear a piece of paper, always keep your piece of trash. And to all of us who scrapbook, this is never a piece of trash, right? So this was right here, and I wanted the core edge, the white showing. So I kept this, and I'm going to run it right along here up at the top. I can't wait for y'all to hear this story. I had so much fun typing it. And y'all know me, those of you that have been watching my channel for a while. To me, writing the story is just as much fun as putting the scrapbook page together. So I'll kind of like write up the, excuse me, I'll write up the bullets of actually what happened that day, things I want to remember, and then I will start gathering my thoughts on it as to how do I paint the picture of what I saw, what I felt, and how that day went. I'm going to put this about right here. Now these are all blocky, so I don't mind that bit of white right there, but I do want a little bit of white around the bottom and the side here. So there is a little white, you know, words, as my daughter will say, words. Okay. Now I tore this. Now this is that strip that I cut from the 6x8 piece of paper. So it's a film strip, and I wanted everything to look rusty and blocks. Like here you have different license plates and signs. So anything else I put down, I also wanted it to have the mismatched look to it, if that makes sense. So we're going to stick this down on the very bottom. Now this is the back side of one of the 6x8 pages, and I did fussy cut them out, and I'm using them in this spread, and I think it looks so good. So we're going to move this. I'll put this about right here. Alrighty, there we go. And now it's safe to put this down. And I'm wondering, I think I do, I want this to stand up. Stand up, stand out. That's what I want to do. So, do any of you love the idea of taking photos of old cars and trucks? Like if you're driving down the road, and if you were to see a red vintage truck parked by the side of the road, and there was a beautiful pine tree in back of it, and there were wildflowers growing up in front of it, and then it had the back bed on it that was made of wood. Would you want to stop and take a photo? Oh my gosh. Or how about if one had a Christmas tree in it? So, yes. All right, well, this was a grand endeavor. I'm using up all of this tape. That's okay. I think this will look good. This was a whim. All right, so I'm going to take all these off. So after I went and picked up Paul's Pot Pies, I came around. I go, okay, I cannot miss it because I have got to pull over and take photos of these trucks and cars. And I really don't care what anyone thinks. I just pulled over. I was very anxious thinking, okay, don't miss it, don't go by it. But you know what else? I was so excited because it wasn't going to cost me the $60. All right, so this is Walnut Stain Distressed Oxide. And when I was going to do, because I do some splishing or splashing on the other page, I was looking at the different colors. I made myself a color swatch. So this is Vintage Photo, Brushed Corduroy, and Walnut Stain. And just holding it up, Brushed Corduroy would have gone good, but I wanted the Walnut Stain to go around this. And that's what I used on the second page to do my watermark. All right, so I wanted to put a little patina around the edge of this. And I want to read you this bit. This is the first half of the journaling because the second page has the second half of the title and the second half of the journaling. So let me read aloud and tell you this part of it while I'm putting the rest of this together, okay? I know, I love hearing that stuff. All right. So I titled it Rusty Old Stories They Would Tell. And I know I already shared that with you. So I was... well, let me tell you the story. Let's see. I want this over there. I want to put, oh, here we go. I'm getting my act together now. All right, this is going to go on here. All right, so let me read you the story. So it was one of those beautiful mornings in North Georgia. You can just tell from the photos, that beautiful blue sky, and it was in the 50s, low 50s, so it was just so pretty out. And I was thoroughly enjoying my drive through the hills to go to Northgate Station to pick up Paul's Pot Pies because that makes an easy meal for me. So I was just taking in all of the sights and the sounds, and the windows were cracked and cool air was coming into the car. And I drove by all these cars and trucks. There weren't but 4 of them, you know, but they just looked so beautiful against that blue sky. And then I want this moved over just a little bit. The blue sky and the pine trees and all of that. And I thought, oh my gosh, I have got to come by and back around and take the pictures. And they just seemed straight out of a painting with the morning sun casting the golden hue, you know, over the hills, and the sun brightened the color of the rust on these vehicles. So this is what I wrote in there because I wanted to paint the picture of what just captivated me, that on my way back I had to make sure I stopped and I took the photos. So that's my story. And then you're going to hear more of it. I want to put this right here, I think. Yeah, because I want that torn edge down there. So you'll see the second half. But let me show you how I want to bring about this little cluster down here. Let me just kind of lay him here first. Isn't she beautiful? At 63, I wish I looked that good. This is going to go up on the photos. I want this down here, and I should have another word, snapshot. This is going to go down here. I put tiny little dimensional strips. I should have a code sheet that has the names of all these things, because once I start talking to you all, the words seriously just leave my head and I'm going, what is that called? All right, so let's put this one down, snapshot photos, because I don't want the P's right underneath each other. I want it kind of off-centered like that. All right, so now we have this and this and this and this. This I want to go in the very back. And then we're going to put the 2 other photos up there. So we're going to stick this about right there. And I want her in the background because she saw me taking photos and she goes, oh my gosh, I've got to pull over too and start taking pictures. I just said, girl, do not get in my photo frame. All right, where's my little bit of twine? Right here. This still had a little bit of sticky. We're going to put it right there to bring out that color. I may need to add a little glue dot off camera. All right, now this came out of this beautiful set that's in the kit. It's called 49 and Market. They're charcoal laser cut elements. And just look at this right here. It looks like a piece of string, but it's actually cut out. It's a cutout. It's just amazing. There are some of the florals and stuff you pull out and separate, and you're just wondering why they don't break. But they don't, obviously. We're going to put this. Oh, that looks good. Right there. And then, boy, they kind of blend in, don't they? I want to put this on a dimensional. I'm going to put it right here in the middle. Well, not quite in the middle, because you know I want to add this other little circle. We're going to put this right over here, right in the middle. Okay, and then the camera. There we go. And I think this should be on something too. What do you think? Oh, and now these are pretty cool, and I had not done it. This is the color swatch that comes on the back of your thank you card from Paula and Meredy. And this is Paula and Meredy. They own the company. And this is where you can color swatch your different inks so that when you go back to creating another scrapbook spread, you know how it is. You forget, what color was that? What did I use? You actually stamp the color and then write it on this card, and you put this in with your kit. It is a very smart idea. I love the idea. So, because sometimes, you know, you take out a scrapbook kit and you may just do one double page spread, and then the next month is when you want to get back to it. So, and I want to put the string over the top of the camera. Now look at that. Isn't that a pretty little cluster right there? All right, so now we have the two photos that just stand alone by themselves. Now that's going to go on back there. And I want this along the side here. All right, so let's get this down first, because I know where that's going to go. And I want the wheel, because see, her head's going to go up where the dirt is. Okay. All right, so let's do that. I'm going to lift up her pretty head. We're going to put this about right there. And see, I still want this to be offset a little bit, so it's going to go right there. Now, let's look about right there. Everything's getting all cattywonka. I want to go over a little more than that, about right there. I think right there. I'm going for it. I hope it's straight. Yes, it is. All right, let's put this down. I love these old looking film strips. I love old stuff. Maybe it's because I'm getting older. I love old stuff. And when I saw these cars and these old vehicles, all I kept thinking of was, what is the story that they could tell? Who used to drive them? Where did they go to and from? What's the story of their family? All that stuff. All right, that's going to go about right there. Now I took some dimensional strips and put these on the back. I like to have some things that are up, some things that are down. Now wait till you see what I'm going to do with this Rusty title. I was real excited. And this just came upon me out of the blue. All right, so let's put this about right there. Doesn't that just look beautiful? Is this looking crooked? Or is it me? Well, dang, that's not coming off. I hope it's not crooked. I hope it's just me, but it does look a little crooked. I may have to work on that. All right, so I cut a piece of the film strip. Remember I told you I got it from this 6x8, and there's a 6x8 piece, and I cut out the film strips, and there's one that had a little bit of a wave to it, right? And then I cut out another piece of paper, and mounted it on it so that it would emphasize the edges of the film strip. And then I just had this incredibly brilliant idea that I'm going to put my title on it. Oh my gosh. I love it when these moments happen. You just get so excited. All right, so before I get so excited, I'm not paying attention. I want the Y right there. And since this is a little cattywanka to begin with, you know what I'm saying? It's not straight. If I don't get these exactly straight, that's okay. I mean, the entire spread is, you know, ups and downs all arounds, and things aren't matching. And I guess that makes my picture on the bottom left okay if it's not perfectly straight. If it's not straight, that'll drive me crazy. So I will fix it when I get off camera. All right. Doesn't this look good? I love it. All right. So let's stick this on. I'm going to tack this up there, and don't go anywhere because you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to do the big reveal, and I'm going to show you the second page, show you the second half of the title, and tell you the second half of the story so that you can read my journaling to get ideas for yourself. And I wanted the blue still showing up above this. All right. Oh my gosh. I love it. I hope you love it. Don't go anywhere. I will be right back for the big reveal. All right, my friends, you ready for the big reveal? It's my favorite part. I wanted to give you a clear look of the 6x8 piece of cardstock that comes in this piece right here. I have it upside down, and these images that you can fussy cut out. And I used one on the first page, and I used one on the second page. So we are going to lift it up, and I cannot wait to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Here we go. What do you think? Now, I added the young lady up here taking the photo as if she's writing the journaling, and she's taking, she could just excited as I did about seeing these vehicles. I love the rustic look of it. And I wrote the second half of the title over here, which is Rusty Whispers. You know, I want to read the journaling to you as you're looking at this, and I'm pointing different things out. But in this half of the journaling, I wanted to describe how I felt. And what's different about this is there's not a single photo of me. It's just all about these rusty old vehicles. So as I stepped out of the car, other vehicles continued to whiz hurriedly by me. But me, I felt like I had been transported back in time, and the world around me became quiet except for the rustling of the pine branches. My lens view was rusted old trucks and wagon wheels, majestic pines, and a vivid blue sky. The trucks and wagon wheels, with their faded paint and worn-out appearances, told stories of a bygone era, each holding their own secrets of another time and place. Whispered tales of journeys and stories I'd never know. They were each a solid testament to the passage of time, adding such a rugged, weathered beauty to the scene around me. With my camera in hand, I began to snap photos, wanting to capture what my eyes were seeing to fill a scrapbook page later. Isn't that funny? We're always thinking about that. As I stood there with the cool breeze tickling my neck, I felt blessed and filled with gratitude for this simple moment in time, a reminder that even a trip to buy pot pies has delightful surprises. And that's what it was. It was a serendipitous moment on my way to pick up pot pies. All right, so back here, I used the walnut stain, and you use a block and you put the ink on there, you spritz it with a little water, and then you get a piece of plastic, the wrap that you have these different things in it, and you dab it on there and kind of keep swishing it around. This is how Melodies does it. She makes it look so good. She just kind of does this and swash, and then when she's done, there's a beautiful piece of canvas artwork on the very back. Here I brought in the two yellows. I have the two women. I have 3 different clusters that draw your eye up and down and around. Here I used one of the tags from the laser cutouts, and I added 2 other tags on top so you have the string already for the tag, right? And then I put this on dimensional tape, and this one is elevated. And along here on this side, I took this distressing tool and went along the edges here of this piece. And then to mimic how this has all the different license plates and signs up and down. I wanted to bring in the same thing on this side, and then I put the camera on top of the tripod there. I loved it. I love the fact I was able to capture this day with photos, and just looking at it, it just brings me back. Kind of like when you're listening to a song, it transports you back in time. So you can do a scrapbook page and you don't even have to be in it. You don't have to have a real person in it. You could have old rusty trucks. All right, my friends, until we meet again, God bless. Have an incredible day. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.